Guys, sorry about that. Apparently, I ran out of space. So, anyways, Giselle brings up the whole bathroom fiasco. They discuss it. And Wendy was like, well, I wasn't even going to come, so we're good. And Wendy clarified, she's like, I never shaded your home, but I shaded your outfit. So, if we're going to say I'm doing something, let's get it right, guys. That is facts. Anyway, so Karen goes with Mia, kind of tells her, hey, everybody was kind of offended that we were talking about finances to Candace's mom. And Mia is like, let me guess, it was Wendy. Like, girl, Wendy and you don't have no beef. You're just manufacturing beef. But anyways, Karen goes in, brings out the gifts for the ladies. Karen, not Candace. Um, then Candice arrives. For some reason, they put audio of Nats attacking. The whole visuals kind of change, almost like she was coming from some dark forest, and the ladies were in a different dimension. But that I thought that was so funny. So they brought up the whole is it shady to tell Candice at the video shoot what Mia was saying, and they're like, oh, it's shady, blah blah blah. And three of them, obviously the bandits and Mia, were kind of attacking Wendy, saying that it wasn't appropriate. But Wendy's like, well, if you don't want her to hear what you're saying, then don't say it. Like, don't come at me. So now the problem is that I said it during the photo shoot. So you could tell they're just like nitpicking at Wendy. They don't like Wendy and they're trying to destroy her at all costs, especially Giselle. But anyway, and Wendy is like, we're talking facts. Because Robin was kind of going into a dimension. What if she got upset? What if? But Wendy's like, we know what happened that day. You don't have to imagine anything else. Just go with the facts. Anyway, Mia is like, I don't know if I like her. We'll see. So Candice comes in, greets everybody, gives her gift to Giselle, and comes for Mia, talking about, well, I heard you were so concerned about my finances. And Mia is like, well, if you're going to invite me to a low budget photo shoot, video shoot, then you shouldn't have. Then Candice, you know, Candice's tongue is fire. She turns her to like, your mom is low budget. And with Mia's mom's drug history, arrest, everything, that had to have stung Mia very, very, very hard. Then Ashley chimes in and Candice is like, why are you talking to me? Babe, you weren't even at the occasion. So let's end it there. Anyway, then Giselle tries to be shady, talking about, oh, it was low budget. Then shady cameraman, you know, Bravo does not fail, spans around the low budget situation around Giselle's house. And I was like, I am done. I am done. Anyway, Karen was like, I probably talked about your house, but not Wendy. So Candice was like, I don't care about this. But she was like, yeah, I probably drunk call you and tell you the truth about yourself, because Robin tried to bring that. Is it shady if Karen calls you drunk and tells you she doesn't like you? I'm like, she's being honest. That's not shady. You should take it. Anyway, then the last question, Giselle hands it off to Robin, the robot, talking about, well, is it reasonable or shady if your friend's appearance changes drastically and there is rumors of infidelity in her marriage? And Wendy is smiling like, no, she did not. Wendy is like, oh, okay, we want to go there. Well, the same blog reported that you have an STD, so if it's reasonable, so that's reasonable. And Giselle's like, but I don't. So I was like, oh, you probably do messing with Jamal Bryan. Allegedly. Anyway, so Giselle thinks it's reasonable. Of course, Robin thinks it's reasonable. They think with one brain. Then Robin starts coming for Wendy because Wendy is like defending herself, talking about, you're doing too much, you're doing too much, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, how is she doing too much? You guys are literally coming for her marriage and you don't want her to speak up on it? Like, do you guys not understand that you're coming for her union, which she has worked for over a decade for? I mean, her and this guy's family are not even in a good place. And you think she's gonna let you try to destroy it? That's a no. Anyway, then Wendy's like, well, then stop talking about it. Like, you guys were at your dinner, you were still talking about it. Then they tried to convince, the gaslighting was immense. They tried to convince Wendy that they weren't talking about her. I'm like, but you were. There were cameras there. It's like the most asinine thing ever. And Ashley chimes in again, and I'm like, what is Ashley's problem with Wendy? I guess last season Wendy did come for her, so perhaps she's still having residual beef, but it was just weird. Then Robin is like accusing Wendy of just doing too much and all that stuff. Then Ascali pipes in and is like, well, you guys are saying really treacherous things about her. Then when she responds, you get mad. Like, how can you justify it? Then Mia is like, what are you, a peacemaker? I'm like, no, she's a reasonable woman experiencing gang up on one other woman, and she's trying to point out the disparities there. But she shuts down Mia, calls her a H-back, which it was low, but hey, it is what it is. Then Carrie talks about, you guys need to stop arguing. I got vaccinated. I got vaccinated. And they're like, is it vaccinated? She's like, I don't care, but my arm hurts, and you guys are here arguing. Then, then Mia is like calling Ascali insecure. So Candice is like, no, you're the insecure one. Stands in her face. Mia does nothing and tells her, you're insecure. Like you're projecting. This is me projecting it to you. But Mia is just insufferable to me. Like I'm just like, girl, what is your real opinion? Because I feel like whoever she's with, like she flip-flops. She definitely wants to be in with the bandits, that's for sure. But she can't even, I don't know, she can't keep it straight. She needs to keep it straight. Then Karen randomly, I don't know if she's drunk at this time, she brings up the trip that in the middle of the argument, like in the middle of the storm brewing, she brings up the trip. Oh, Wendy, are you going to invite everybody to this trip? And Wendy is like, well, let's talk about it. She's like, well, it's a couple's trip. She mentions the husbands that are coming. She looks at Robin, then takes her eye out, and she's like, Ray's coming. And Robin felt that in her heart. Robin was offended. She called her whack. And she told Giselle, well, I guess you and your suitcase are going to be coming together. But it's like, what do you expect? You guys just came for her. Take it. Anyway. And Robin being shocked, talking about, tell me how you really feel. Robin, you don't like her either. So if she doesn't like you, that's fine. So Karen and Wendy are like, man, let's get the hell out of this ghetto movement trailer park that we're in the middle of construction. So they try to leave. Mind you, prior to this, Giselle tried to throw Wendy out multiple times, which did not work, but whatever. Then we see Giselle taking Ascali and Candice on this dangerous tour. Ascali got to the top of the hill and was like, nah, just send me videos, I'm good, and walks away. Then the ladies get stuck because Candice was the last one to come and it's a one way in, one way out type of thing. Then Grace gets the opportunity to drive and, you know, backs the car up and they leave. Anyways, Wendy's like, I gotta get out of here. I don't want to be miserable like Giselle. So let me go before this whatever is infecting her affects me. Anyway, the episode ends was a really good episode because I felt like stuff kept happening from beginning to end. But yeah, it was a good one. Can't wait for next week and can't wait for the salad tossing. I guess that'll be the next thing that happens maybe or in 2 weeks. But look out for my other videos. I may do Salt Lake City, but we'll see. All right, thank you guys. Like, subscribe, tell your friends. Bye.